Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and today let's talk about Uber because Uber, despite my still reluctance to believe that this is going to be a thing, or at least anytime soon, Uber has teamed with company Daimler to create autonomous vehicles. And here's the thing: I know Uber has been wanting to enter the autonomous vehicle market for a while, but they were saying for a long time that they wouldn't actually own the cars, they would just own the technology, which of course begged the question, how the heck were they going to get it up and running in the first place? I mean, who knows? Maybe the future, and this might be interesting, maybe the future of Uber is for us to buy the autonomous vehicles, lease them out to Uber, and then we still collect our fee, except we don't actually drive. I have to admit that actually doesn't sound too bad. If that's the future they want to go with, maybe this wouldn't be so bad as you think it would be. But I don't think that's the case. I always believe that Uber wants to push for the autonomous vehicles to get rid of us. And by partnering with Daimler, I hope I'm saying that correctly, they've taken one more step towards that future because Daimler actually will be making autonomous vehicles for Uber. And I also hear Mercedes-Benz will be making some of these vehicles for Uber. It's going to be interesting to see how this works, though, because if will Uber outright own these cars? Because if they do, well, then I guess we have nothing more to talk about. But if they don't own the cars, then who does? Do the automakers still own the cars? And if they do, and the passengers like vomit in the car or something, who pays for that? Um, if Daimler or Mercedes Benz decides they don't like Uber's terms of agreement anymore and they pull their cars, is Uber up a creek without a paddle? I don't know. It's nobody knows what this will mean. Heck, who even knows how long of a deal that they've struck? Will they even get the cars out on the streets before the deal that they made expires? And of course, that will include road legislation and going up against a president who seems pretty much against the idea of driverless cars because it will cost jobs and thus it might cost him a second term. I don't know what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to stand by my stance that I don't think the autonomous vehicles are going to be here anytime soon. In fact, with a Trump presidency and potentially a second term, I'm going to say it's at least 8 years away. Just personal guess. 8 years definitely gives me plenty of time to figure out what else I want to do with my life because I don't know if I'll still want to be driving in 8 years. But I do enjoy it. I mean, I haven't gotten bored of it yet, so that's kind of why I do it. But and who knows? I think it's going to be at least 8 years. I'm not going to back down on that, but because we're being fair and I'm supposed to report on the news as well as give advice, I should mention that yes, Uber has taken steps to make their own cars through another company. So they are one step closer. And even though it's a baby step, you take enough little baby steps and eventually you get to the finish line. Isn't that one of the themes of the tortoise and the hare? Basically, people who don't want these cars to come, they can't fall asleep during the race. They have to stay awake. What can we actually do? I don't know. Probably not anything. But I mean, even if they get these things on the road, who knows if they'll even last very long. I mean, it would be a major embarrassment if they spent millions of dollars in these autonomous vehicles and find out that no one even likes taking them. I don't know. I mean, crazier things have happened because, I mean, the self-checkout lines at the grocery stores, they're starting to go away. Costco got rid of them a few years ago. Some grocery stores like Albertsons, I believe, have been getting rid of them. My Safeway had 5 of those things. Now they have 2. And apparently those 2 are even going to get turned back to regular cashiers. I mean, there's just some things you want a human for. And I think driving people around is one of them. Personal opinion, I sure as heck know Uber doesn't care about it right now, but that's my personal opinion. I would actually be curious to see, like, what if in 8 years Uber and Lyft is still around? What if Uber does the autonomous vehicles and Lyft doesn't? Would that make a difference depending on what service people would want to use? That's something I'd actually like to see. I would like to see if that would make a difference. I think that'd be fascinating. but we won't know until we get there. And we're not there, but we're at least a step closer. So, in all fairness, I don't believe this is going to happen anytime soon. I'm actually not even concerned about it, but in all fairness, we're a little closer. So, there you go. What do you folks think? I'd like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.